Hello YouTube. It is your friendly neighborhood Minecraft YouTuber, Ender Steve, back again with a brand new video. Let me just go ahead and eat some steak real quick. Let me get my health back up. And we're actually going to be going over to my survival base. This is in my survival world. I've been on this world for definitely a long time. I'm actually pretty proud of how long I've been on this world, because usually I don't make it super long. Um, a lot of my worlds do have a lot of time played through, but I've never gotten this far. Like this one, I beat the Ender Dragon, I beat the Wither multiple times. Um, I haven't respawned the End Dragon though, but I think that was the last thing I really have to do. Oh man. Okay, let me. I always. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? All right, let me go back here. Let me go to my base. I guess the last time I played, I was actually in the Nether, so I actually loaded up this world and was in the Nether. So let me actually go ahead and put one of these back. So yeah, so that should always be in there. I don't know why that was out of there. But yeah, what we're going to be doing today is going to be going over AFK Fish Farm, and I have mine right over there. Before we actually go over there and I show you everything about that, I want to show you just some of the possible things you can do with the AFK Fish Farm. So you can see right here in my inventory, I got the max pick. So this is pretty much the max enchantments you can get on a pickaxe. And this is without Silk Touch. This guy right here is the max axe that you can get. At least in my opinion, these are the ones that I wanted. I went for Fortune 3 for some reason. You don't really need Fortune on there, but I had it, so I put it on there. I got the max rod. I got pretty much everything maxed out. Helmet, elytra, leggings, boots, bow, I have everything maxed out. So that's pretty much the most important thing you're gonna do with this. You get a little bit of XP, you'll get a bunch of other items. But pretty much the most important thing, the main reason why you're going to want to set this up is going to be all those enchanted items. So this is the actual mechanism right here. The only thing that I guess you may have to go out and get, if this is a survival world, is some redstone, but that's pretty easy. You find a ravine and you're pretty much guaranteed to find some redstone as long as you can make it out. They can be a little bit dangerous, but this water stream is not important. Just make sure that you have this one block of water. Most of the times you would just be placing slabs right here and right here. You see like I have one right there and around this whole thing. You'd basically just put them right there and right there. And it would just be the one block of water. The iron door is really important. The note block is really important. And then the tripwire hooks is how the whole system kind of comes together. And then this is the storage system, which you don't really need to have. You can actually make this a lot smaller, which I'm going to explain to you guys. But yeah, so while I explain everything about fishing to you guys before we go into the actual AFK fish farm, I'm just going to stand here. I have my max rod out, and I'm just going to show you what kind of stuff or how quick you're going to be fishing once you get once you do this once or twice. So you can see I already got an item. I haven't even opened up my notes yet, but here we go. So most importantly, whenever you're fishing, the amount of time that it takes for you to actually catch an item is just a random amount of time between 5 and 30. The only two things that are going to affect that, the only three things are going to affect that is if your bobber can see sun and moonlight or not, if the bobber is being rained on or not, and then whatever level of lure that you have. So let me just go into my inventory, switch out of that, and see. So you can have a total of lure 3. So that means you can get a total of 15 seconds off. So instead of 5 to 30 seconds, it actually goes down to 5 to 15 seconds. So that'll definitely make things go a lot quicker. If the bobber cannot be reached by sun or moonlight, the wait time is actually doubled. So it's going to be 50% slower, which is not very good at all. And if the bobber is being rained on, it's going to be 20% faster. So let me just stop this real quick. And you can see I have this one hole. I have a whole roof and this one hole. And that hole is very important as it lets rain get in and onto my bobber. So basically you just want to have a one wide hole. If you're in a cave, just have it going all the way to the top. Have no trees on above your hole, and have it just so you could basically see the sun if you were standing in the water. So let me keep going. I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to keep reading my notes. I'm going to go into the possible drops. As well as getting 1 to 6 experience orbs, you'll either get treasure or junk items. The treasure being, most importantly, enchanted bows, books, and fishing rods. To go into more detail, any enchanted bow, any enchanted book, or any enchanted fishing rod is basically going to have a level 30 enchantment plus treasure enchantments. Now, treasure enchantments are enchantments that you can't actually get with an enchanting table, but because we're getting them as treasure, because we're getting them as a drop technically from fishing, we get to take advantage of those treasure enchantments, and those are things like unbreaking and mending, which are the two most important ones. And then you will also get other types of treasure, so name tags, which are kind of nice. If you have any like hostile mobs that you want to stop from despawning, I know that's important for a lot of farms. I know it's important for pillager farms. We'll be getting into that at some point. You'll get some nautilus shells, which are good for conduits. You need, I believe, 8 for each conduit. Conduits are kind of nice, especially if you want to drain an ocean monument or something like that. Saddles are really good early game, but they get old really quick. They don't stack, so it takes up a lot of space. Lily pads are kind of nice decoration, but those only stack up to 16, so those can take up a little bit of space. So those become junk pretty quick. And then in terms of actual junk that you'll get, bowls, which don't stack and are by far probably one of the worst things you're going to get. That and water bottles, which also don't stack. But water bottles at least have some uses. I mean, bowls, I guess, do technically have some uses. You can make some stews, but I don't know many people who are doing that. Fishing rods, you'll just get unenchanted fishing rods that are almost dead or almost broken, pretty much. Leather, I don't think that's a junk item. I actually always like the fact that you get leather for books, for enchanting books. You'll get, before I made these, it doesn't really matter now, I guess. You're going to be getting a bunch of enchanted books, so you won't need too many books. You won't really need an enchanting table, so yeah, I guess leather becomes a little bit less useful, but you still need books for other things. Leather boots, those are really annoying, unstackable. Rotten flesh, you can trade those with villagers, so that does have some use. I don't know if you can feed those to dogs. I don't think you can. Sticks, I'm always talking about running out of sticks, so that's really good. I feel like I never have any sticks. String, I usually don't kill too many spiders, so like it's nice to get some string, just to always have it. I don't really know how many uses there are other than villager trading. Water bottles, like I said before, not a very great item until you're starting making potions, and even then you keep the bottles after you drink the potion, so like you really don't need as many water bottles as you're gonna get. Bones are really nice. You get some dogs, a bunch of bone meal. If you don't find a skeleton spawner, this could be like, not a great way of bones, but it'll give you some bone meal, so you can have some farms that do use bone meal. Ink sacks, really only used for dye or trading, and then tripwire hooks, which do have some uses, but are not one of the more important redstone components. So there we go. That was pretty much all the information I had for you guys. Let me go down here and show you what a lot of hours of AFKing at a fish farm will get you. So I've probably sorted all the junk out of this whole system probably 4 or 5 times. So there's a lot of good items in here, and it will take you a long time to get this many items, but this is a possibility. This is just survival. There's no These are all random enchantments, like I was saying before. It's basically a level 30 enchanted book with the added benefit of treasure enchantments like um, mending and unbreaking. So I'm just going to go through a few of them. We have Smite 4, so you get one more of those. You have Smite 5. There is a possibility for Smite 5 too, but it's very, very low, just because you get the chance to roll Smite, and then you have a chance to roll 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. So it goes down a lot. Um, Protection is really nice. You need that on a lot of armors. Um, Protection is pretty much the best one, so I have Fire Protection 4, but I believe Protection is just the best one, because that way you'll have 16 points in defense, so to speak, against every type of damage. Whereas as soon as you put Fire Protection on, one will go up to 18, so your damage reduction against flames, lava, anything like that will be a little bit higher than it would be, but everything else will be a lot lower. It'll be at 12, I believe, at the highest. So you just want to have protection on everything. I'll get into that in an enchanting video, which might be next video, might be in a few videos. But yeah, you get knockback. You can get things like this where it has 5 or 6 enchantments, or you can just get 1. It's all about luck. If you want to see like a random what a chest is going to look like after doing this is pretty much this right here. This is what it'll look like. So you'll have a few books around, some bows. You see a bunch of enchanting bows. A lot of them will only have 1 or 2 enchantments on them, so you do have to take 2 of them, mix them with the anvil to get like a max bow, like this guy. And that's exactly what I did. This is from fishing. Same with these 2 items were the two first enchanted items I got, and I got them pretty early in the game. But yeah, so you'll get books every once in a while. You'll see some fishing rods every once in a while. Bunch of saddles, bunch of fish. But yeah, I already went over all of that. Now let's go into our creative world, and I'll make this stuff for you. I have it all set up. I should spawn right in front of a chest with everything you need. So hopefully you can do this really quick. Keep this video short and simple. And also very informative. So right here, we got all of the items that we're going to need. So it's very simple. As you can see, it's just 1 row plus 1. We're actually going to use this chest right here. So technically we don't even need that. Get out of here. All right, I'm just gonna switch that with the door, because I don't want that floating around. So you put your chest down. I always like to start with that, as always, so I can easily access the items. Put a hopper behind it, and that's going to be where the water is going to go. So we're going to crouch place a block right there, take out our slabs, go around the edge like this with our slabs, and then actually put a full temporary block right here, and this is also a temporary block. So break that one out, and then put your water right there, and we're just going to leave that for now. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. This is not the best way to do that. Just leave it like this for now, and then place your door right there, and then instead of putting a full block there, because you would have to end up breaking that, switching to your iron door really quick, and then putting the iron door, which is kind of annoying. Just make one of these into a full block, put your water right there, and just kind of replace that as a slab, and now you're all set with this part of the build. This is a lot of it. There's pretty much only 3 more things that you're going to have to do. We're going to go ahead and jump up here, place down our first block right there of the third level of this. Go 2 out on each side. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then we're just going to bring the sides out by 1 each. And this is going to be where our redstone is going to go, and also place your tripwire hooks right there and right there. So then what you're going to do, before we do that, we might as well place this redstone in first, because it's kind of annoying if the tripwire is there. It kind of makes a bunch of noise when you're doing this. So just put your redstone right there, and then take your string, bada bing, bada boom, and this is the door opening mechanism complete. So as you saw in my demonstration before, in my survival world, whenever the bobber was just floating in the water, the door was open. And what that would do is make it so that we were pretty much always changing the note of this block, or changing the pitch. As you can see, in the bottom left corner, the L2 button is displayed and it says change pitch. So even if we have a fishing rod in our hand, if this door is open, the change pitch will take priority over reeling the rod in. So you won't just cast it out and then instantly reel it back in. The only time you reel it back in is when the door closes, and it will close because whenever the bobber has an item attached to it, it will drop down. So this tripwire will stay activated, and then as soon as the bobber drops down because of an item, this door will close, or sorry, this tripwire will unactivate, this door will close, and because there's no L2 prompt for an iron door, because you can't open it with just your hand, it will then just reel your rod in because you will have your rod in your hand. So this is basically the entire farm. Let me just take everything out of my inventory, and just so you know, this is exactly the same as in my survival world. It just looks a little bit different. This is the bare bones version of what I had, and you can see right there everything works fine. Right now I'm holding down L2. You can see my fishing rod kind of continuously punching the note block, and there we go, we got our first fish. It will take at least like 30 minutes to an hour, I would say, to get like a pretty good enchanted rod. You'll probably get, one or three, I would say 1 to 3 by that point in an hour, and then you just mix the two that you want together. If all the enchantments are spread out on all 3 of them, you can mix 2 of them together and then mix the third one with the already mixed fishing rod with an anvil. And I'm actually going to make a video on that hopefully tomorrow, actually. So hopefully I'm going to start doing the everyday thing as soon as I can. So I'm gonna plan that for tomorrow. Make a nice enchanting video for you guys, how to actually get max enchantments on your stuff using the anvil. And that's going to be the main thing. But yeah, so this is working. We know that now. You saw we have a few items, basically some fish. But now we're just going to extend out this this item system, or this storage system. So you can see on my, or I don't know if you remember, but on my survival world I actually had a 3x3 column of chests and hoppers, but you really don't need that. You only need a 2x2, and I'll show you how to do that right here. So we're going to crouch place that, and then we're going to place a double chest right underneath that hopper, but that hopper is actually going into that chest, so that will not interfere with this right here. And then we're going to crouch place our hopper sucking items out of this chest and putting them in there. So you can see already that our items have been sucked out of the top chest and into this lower one. And if you were to keep doing that downwards, the items would just slowly filter to the bottom. And you can see that's what I did in my survival world. It's definitely recommended. And it's pretty easy. Just put some ladders down there. When I did it in my survival world, I kind of had like a spiral staircase of hoppers and chests, which was also kind of cool. But this is all you really need right here, and this works really well. Takes up a lot less space, and yeah. So this is pretty much the end of the video. This is all the mechanics, all the important mechanics for fishing, and then everything you need to know to actually build it, all your materials. So if I helped anyone out with this build video, or with this tutorial video, I should say, definitely leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know if you liked the video, if you think I did a good job on this build. It's not my idea, but hopefully I structured this video in a good way that's easy to digest for you guys. If you have any tips on that, you can definitely feel free to comment those down below. If you didn't like the video, I guess you could leave me a thumbs down too. I'm not going to take that, super to heart, but you know, I will take it to heart. You know, I will try and make my videos a little bit better, a little bit more entertaining for you guys, because that is, you know, that is the goal, to entertain you guys. Um, but I do want to spread some information as well, give you guys the tools you need to have a best Minecraft world you can. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Um, I had a lot of fun making this one. It was nice and quick, which I really liked, and I had a lot of information to go over with you guys, which I always love to do. I kind of like to ramble on, as you guys might have figured out already. But yeah, this has been Ender Steve, and I am signing out. Have a great day.